Hey there. Alright, we are back on the road and I'm very happy about it. Got a tiny little scoopy. I've just put some fuel in it. Wow, it has seen better days. Even got a little offering, a Hindu offering there. Good luck, good fortune. I don't know. Let's go to the beach. Before we go, I had to put some fuel in it. It was on 1 bar and it was flickering, you know, depending on how it was on the road. Now we're on 3. I think if I lift it up, I don't know. Wow. I put 3 litres in it. So let's have that last the day. Just had to stop and consult the map. A bit worried about this fuel gauge, although I'm sure I'm not going to run out. But it goes between, now it's on 2, if you can see that. But then it goes up to 5 and the maximum is 6. So it wanders around a fair bit, fluctuates quite a lot. Pretty happy to be riding a scooter in Bali. Saves my weary legs. Not that I could have walked this far. That's about 17 kilometres, I think. And that's only the first stop. But it's good to ride in Bali where I'm on the correct side of the road for me. The right side of the road. Which is the correct side, which is the left. You know what I mean? But it feels good. It's one less thing that I have to think about. You know, I'm always on the on alert. There's a lot of traffic. A lot of traffic. And you've got to stay alert, otherwise you'll end up in a bad situation. Or you could. I'll continue on. I think next traffic light and I'll turn right. Somewhere up there. What a beautiful day it is. Oh, you can see just above the top of the trees, big clouds, thunderous looking clouds. It will rain this afternoon. I do have my raincoat under the seat for a change. I've got to stop and get some early or late breakfast, maybe an early lunch, have a coffee. Scrambled eggs, that could do. Oh, eggs Benedict. That's it. Vegan breakfast. That's not a bad price. English Benny. $7.20. Probably about $7. Okay, this will do. Halfway through I realised I've left the keys in the scooter as usual. It's still here. Keys still in it. Alright, that was very, very nice. I enjoyed that. Less than $10 I think, with orange juice. It was very nice. Time for the beach. This is Sanur, or part of it. I think it's a fairly big area. Quieter than where I am in Kuta. finally tell you where I am. Sanur Beach. There's a man with his butt out. Ah, very nice indeed. Not too busy. It's about from Kuta on the scooter was I stopped for fuel, stopped for that breakfast, so less than half an hour, and I believe it's been quite well worth it. Nice sand. People doing a photo shoot just there. Lots of people, well, not that many. It's as I said, this is rainy season, so Bali isn't, overflowing with tourists. There's still a lot here, but I would imagine, look, I've been here in high season and it's been far busier. Well, I haven't been here, but far busier in town, in the main centre of the tourist district. I like this. I'm surprised there's no speedboats here doing the parasailing or... Oh, there's one right there, but he's not a parasailer, he's just a speedboat. Couple of surf breaks out there, way over there. Over there is where we're heading next. I think to Nusa Dua. And in the distance, if you can see that right on the horizon, you probably can't, I'll do what I don't like to do, I'll zoom in. There's a huge statue. Perhaps we'll try and get to that as well. So what do I think? Is this the best beach I've come across here in Bali so far? I reckon it's getting close. Very nice sand, I am impressed. This actually looks like a very cool spot. It's nice and it's a lot cooler underneath these trees in the shade. Nice restaurants everywhere. And this path, which is just here, stretches down there. I'm not sure how far, but this way it stretches for many kilometres, and that's where I want to head, but I don't think I could. No scooters. Little sign just up there, no scooters allowed. So I have to go back around the back way because I don't want to why hire a scooter when if you don't like walking too far. Hello, how are you?
Hello guys.
Hello, how you going? My scooter's parked up here. Let's go and get it. Ride the couple of kilometres to another part of the beach. Back we go to another part of Sanur Beach. Somewhere up here. I'll have to use my map. This is the harbour. Cruising around, the area is sort of Nusa Dua, and I'm with my friend Tim, who's over there on the motorbike, and he's brought me down to this harbour, Benoa harbour, and check out the size of that cruise ship. Wow, I can't see what it's called from here. This guy's out here, obviously a little fishing boat with an outboard motor, or a ferry perhaps. These guys here, I've seen a few of them cruising around, electric powered kayaks, unlike these. But all these cruise ships here, and you got the fishing vessels here, large and small, heaps more over there. There, beyond there, that looks like an air traffic control tower. The airport's not that far, but over this way must be a little harbour master's office there. Tiny little fishing boat here, very small. And those cruise ships go out here. This is where they leave to get out into the open ocean. I guess it's the Indian Ocean. I still haven't looked that up. Yeah, I'm hopeless. And finally some parasailers. That there, oh, it's half full of water. That's why it's so low in the water. Now Tim, my friend, is telling me he has another friend who does some skin diving in this, or spearfishing, in this harbour, Benoa harbour, and he says there's bull sharks and barramundi of all things. There's a jet leaving, not sure what it is. Barramundi, which I thought barramundi was strictly in the domain of Northern Australia, but it's not. Okay, Tim's going to show me around just to a few of the sites here on this area of Bali. I'll put a map here of where we are right now, and well, by the time I do that, I'll know where we've been, so I'll point out where we've been today and what we've seen. Just before we leave, this is a fully working fishing boat. Got all the holds there to put the different fish in, or all the fish, and all the lights. Now I assume they're for catching squid, but perhaps they attract other species of fish as well. Tim's just been telling me they'll have 7 or 8 people in one of these, and they'll go out for quite a long time. I'm not sure how long. Caught any fish? Catching fish? Very good. Just stopped here for a moment. This is where we were, is maybe 500, 800 metres down that way, down there. The ships, I just wanted to show you where these ships come through. And there's an enormous, some sort of cargo ship, I don't know. It doesn't have containers on it. I don't know what sort of ship. But these little boats here are just tourist boats. They'll take you out, to a surf spot out there if you want, take you around the point. This island just over here, and it is an island. Tim's telling me it's the president of Indonesia. He might not be president anymore, but it's his son who's building a resort on there. So you can't go on there anymore. Tim's an avid surfer, and he used to go surfing out on the point over there. You can't do it anymore. Another interesting thing he told me is that what we're doing here, where he's showing me around, just showing me the sites, is called a Jalan, and I wish I'd known that when I was at Sanur Beach, because if you they charged me for parking. I was only there for 20 minutes and they charged me for parking, but if I just said Jalan, they would have let me in for free. I would have saved myself $2,000. $2. Not even $2, 20 cents, I think. 2,000 Indian rupiah, that's 20 cents? 20 cents. I would have saved myself 20 cents. And there's that's a Jetstar jet up there, taking some tourists back home, probably to Australia. Some of the 45,000 that arrive and leave here every day. We've come a little bit further around the point. This is one of Tim's favourite surf spots. It's sort of, you can see the waves breaking there and out there. This is called Benoa, this part of the beach, and the waves out there are called magics. Yeah, you local, any people who know Bali might know exactly where I am. I was looking at that boat out there, the ship, which is absolutely enormous. It has, I'm going to zoom in again, won't do any good. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a photo with my iPhone, and hopefully I can zoom in, but to me it looks like it's a cable laying ship. Now I've messed up my zoom. Now my trusty guide Tim has also informed me that all this area here, the dark patches you can see here, is all seagrass, and it goes, so there's a reef protecting this area. There's obviously a gap in the reef down there where the big ships go out. Then all this is a reef protecting all this shoreline here, and that used to have a lot of dugongs feeding on the seagrass. He says there might not be too many around these days. Who knows? Maybe there is. Sorry about the wind noise. This is Nusa Dua, which is also where we were before, but this is almost like a gated community. For instance, Tim was telling me that when the G20 summit was here, whenever it was here, this is where all the presidents and prime ministers, etc., would stay in all the hotels. This is very nice. It's like the roads are perfect, unlike everywhere else. Nice fountains there. When the G20 was here, there was 3,500 soldiers here as security around the perimeter of the area, and in amongst all this, I guess, warships off the coast, fighter jets flying around above, and it's quite, it's a hospital, a museum, a theatre, all in this huge complex. I'd never heard of it before, and this is what it looks like. There's a big market there. Sorry about the wind. This is a very, very big place. There's the theatre. It's probably like a performance theatre. Yeah, it is. The Dev Dance show. Okay. Oh, falling behind. Oh, huge apartments in there, apartment complex. A couple of rich people hanging around. This is where we are in this large estate. So Tim's been telling me it's like 1,000 hectares, and it's leased to all the 5-star restaurants like Shangri-La, Novotel, Grand Hyatt, the Laguna Luxury. Walking through the little forest here, down to a sort of a secret surfing spot. Oh, it can't be too secret, there's about 4 guys out there. This is the Lombok Strait out here. Very, very deep strait, further out. And look at all these limestone, very sharp limestone, whatever you call it, cliff. Wow. Imagine, surfing out there and you wanted to come in and this was the only place to get up. You'd be ripped to shreds. Let me get a close up. Look how sharp that is. Look at that little crab. Is he alive? No, he's not. Amazing. I can see a whole heap of fish out here. You might see a glint of them here and there. There is hundreds of fish. And a few surfers. Awesome. An awesome part of Bali. Little stepping stones. Heaps of mozzies around here. Hope this area isn't big on dengue fever. This is the toilet area. Hello, how are you? Yeah. This way, thank you so much. Look at this. Wow. Oh. Oh. This guy is a toilet with a view. Yeah, pretty fancy. 5-star resort complex. Complete with a fan. Because it is so hot. Thank you, darling. A lovely little bay. Good surfing out here apparently when the swell's a bit bigger. This little island here is one of the most sacred islands in all of Bali, called Nusa Dua. And this little peninsula here, Tim's unsure of what its proper name is, but he's been told it's called Nusa Krishna for that statue way in the distance. Important statue, I believe, one of the most important here in Bali. And then you walk down. Where are we going to walk down? We came in up that way. I think we're going to walk down here. Or no. Oh, I don't know, I'm lost. We're going to get a beer somewhere. We're a little bit far away to get a really good view here. There's a few, looks like man-made groins over there. Surf break out there, another surf break here. Just the skin diving here is apparently absolutely fantastic. A temple here, and Tim was telling me back over on the other view we were looking at is another. They've put an artificial reef in and it is growing exceptionally well. He said that next time I come back to Bali I can borrow a snorkel and some goggles, hopefully some flippers, and do a bit of diving. I need to get my camera, one of those underwater cases rather than that plastic thing I've been using. Disregard the rubbish. Beautiful beaches, Balinese beaches. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you again, Tim.